For me, I don't need paperwork. I don't need government documents like Alex Jones has. I don't need video footage. I don't need audio clips to give me the truth. I simply filter it through my heart. Alright? I can sit there and watch propaganda of these fucking Bundys from this militia situation, and I can see right through them. I can watch their body language. I listen to their tone of voice. I listen to the script they're reading and the agendas that they're trying to push. And I see that. And I know a lot of other spirits out here, they need proof. You know, they need some documentation. They need, you know, this and that to prove shit to them. But for me, I don't. Right? All I need is my heart, where the real truth lies within each and every one of us. Okay? And what you have in this image here is the electromagnetic field that comes from our heart. And this image doesn't do it justice, because in reality that electromagnetic field goes so far around our bodies that it can't be measured with the technology that they currently use today to measure this electromagnetic field. Okay, this is where karma comes in at. You see, it comes out here, goes out to this torus field, and comes right back in. All the energy you put out comes back into you. Alright, so if you're putting out thoughts of drama, you're going to get drama. You're putting out thoughts of love, you're going to get love. That's how that energy works. Psychopaths know all about this. This is ancient knowledge for them. They have plenty of books on all of this stuff hidden in their Vatican, hidden in their fucking libraries, hidden at their Freemason fucking lodges. The Freemasons, Zionists, and Jesuits hoard all the fucking knowledge. What you see here, this also shows you why they tune their Wi-Fi frequencies and their cell phone tower frequencies to a certain frequency to interfere with your natural frequencies of your heart right here. Alright? That's what they do. They can make you physically ill with their frequencies. They can make you mentally ill with your frequencies. Their frequencies, excuse me. Look into that for yourself as well. Research the cell phone towers and the Wi-Fi signals and all these fucking wireless devices. Alright, that pump out these frequencies to throw us off balance and keep us disconnected from our Mother Earth and from reality. And from the Creator as well.
So that there are intelligent life forms that absolutely are dependent upon our jealousy, our anger, our sadness, our fear. And the more amoral and chaotic and violent and ruthless and selfish they can make us, the more energy they get. And that energy is called loosh. That's energy that they need, absolutely. It's more important to them than we would think of as money or food or water or any of the basic essentials for life. And when you become a being that feeds on loosh, if your loosh supply is interrupted for even one day, you will die. It's that, they are that dependent on it. And so if we were to have even one day on Earth, one single day, where a preponderance of people on Earth had something to feel good about, most of these beings would die in less than 24 hours. They would be dead, gone, forever. It's that serious. They are that dependent on our fear. So what you need to understand then is that these beings deliberately custom designed a planet that they could use for fear farming, because they require this fear just like we require having money in the bank if we want to go to the grocery store. Well, let me tell you something very bizarre that I heard from one of the new insiders. He, for a while, worked for the World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. And every single time they do a major event where there's a big stadium of people, they have all these big screen TVs at the event. And most, if not all, of those big screen TVs, quote unquote, mysteriously go missing after the show. The reason for that, it's going to sound crazy, okay? Just going to tell you the truth, is that the crystalline structure of these television screens picks up enough of the loosh that the Draco want those TV screens after an event because it helps keep them going.
It's like vitamin C.
Yeah. Now, see, that's stuff that I would never have thought of. It's so weird. People are going to laugh at me, but yet this is the stuff that you start to hear from people. That this energy that we make actually gets impregnated into the crystals within the monitor, within the LCD, the liquid crystal display.
So they use a new one for every event.
Every event, that's in the budget. They got to buy new monitors, yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's some serious Big Brother stuff. You know, when you look at the screens over the crowds,
yeah,
and the fear is just pumping, and the energy is there, and then it's a sponge.
In this picture, you can see the heart beating. The heart creates, believe it or not, an enfolded symmetrical whirlpool, into which electricity flows into the 0 point field, and some of it bounces out to keep you alive and to create another set of vortexes that is what we call awareness. In other words, vortexes that reference each other through this 0 point space form the physical reality. It's called self-referencing, and self-referencing is the very heart of our awareness. The anu that you see the top left of that graphic is a very sacred structure and is the very basis of 4D dragon beliefs in science. In other words, the physical universe. Here you can see what it's really all about and why this series of videos is being made. That is a picture of your DNA. The shapes are dodecahedra, that's a 5-sided pentagon 12 times in an object, in a physical object. They're ratcheted in terms of indexes of phi. And that is the world's most valuable object of which you are made. It's the reason that the world is the way it is. It's far too valuable and dangerous to let that have its own free will and run around in space and do all sorts of things that, well, really wouldn't be very profitable for a self-respecting dragon. Anyway, I can go on all day about why that makes you a superhuman, how psychic you are, how you create wormholes in space. But I think I'll leave that for another volume of this series. Coming up, you will see the tornado again with its field that forms around a tornado naturally. It's sort of like chaos theory.
I see it. You know, I really do. I see what they did as such a lesson and a wake-up call. Humanity is spiraling into a darkness that they're too blinded by their own light to see. They're blinded by the light. They see this Jesus figure far in the distance. Oh, and he's so bright, he's so wonderful. I can't even see, but it's dazzling. They reach out for a hand, and it's a scaly claw. And it just leads them down the path. Yeah. Welcome to slavery. Welcome to full-on captivity. We're going to use peace as a weapon. We're going to use enlightenment as a weapon against you. Well, only the enlightened believe in Jesus. The sheep. Why do you think they call you the flock? Why do you think they call Jesus the shepherd? You're a sheeple. You're a lamb. It's a false flag attack. Jesus is out there supposedly protecting you from wolves. Which is weird because you know what wolves are? They're free, wild, ferocious, life-loving creatures of the earth that run down and live and love in the most exasperating, exhausting way possible. You know what would change the world? If everyone stood up, pulled the wool back from their eyes, and saw it for what it was. That there is a small group of so-called elites that have been given all the control and all the manipulative power of a dying, crusty race of evil, megalomaniac fucks that have come to this planet because they got their asses handed to them by another group who finally stood up and fought them off, were chased across the galaxy. Most of them had to enter into interdimensional realms to run and to flee and to hide. And they found this planet and decided that they would start their shit crockery all over again. The reason they cannot and have not performed a full frontal assault on humanity is because we have smarter, more evolved spiritual life forms hanging around going, when the fuck are these humans going to wake up, and not allowing the reptilian entities to do a full takeover, because they know that they would get their asses kicked. Not that they're not dangerous warriors, don't get me wrong, but there's not enough of them. There's not enough of them anymore. They've been at this game for too long, and they get slaughtered after a while because things eventually get so fed up with it that fear falls to the wayside and they finally attack. So what they've done, they've gone into the shadows, they've manipulated the minds, they've created gigantic corporations, religions, that there are only a few at the top. You ever notice that every major corporation has a pyramid power scheme, and it's really only the first, second, maybe third tiers that really know what's going on. The rest of the bullshit just flows downward, and everything else is compartmentalized. No one really knows what else anyone's doing except for those top levels. That's the structure they've created. And it has wormed and infested the spirit of humanity. Humans used to run wild and be amazed at their planet. Absolutely in awe. They could see the wild great deities of humanity's past, who didn't judge them, who said, be like me. Laugh and fight and fuck and eat and drink and love the life that you've been given because it's such a gift. Use it, do it. Live my truths upon the earth and be great among humanity. Come back to me and tell the stories of your life to me in my great halls, or in my cave, or wherever these wild humans lived, who loved and just experienced life. But one day these crusty fuckers came and started to go, oh, well, you know, we've got this shiny thing called gold, and only the greatest of the great have it. And humans are like, well, what is that? What is this thing? Wow, I mean, you certainly have these great powerful ships. You certainly have better weapons than us. Oh, you know, maybe you're right. I don't know. And so they began to take them, and through years and years of manipulation, they found the weakest, snivelliest, low-belly, snaky motherfuckers, the wretches of humanity, the ones who were willing to trade their humanity for control, the little, bent-over, disgusting, weak, crybaby pussies, and gave them the power.